Hello everyone and welcome back to the Fireside stream. I am your host, Raymond McNeil, and joining me as always is the immortal Mollie Rhinemaster. Mollie, how are you doing today?
5 years ago, we broke down Walmarion and began our attack on humanity. I'm the Armor Titan, and he's the Colossal.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Sorry for the delay.
I've always wanted to start a stream that way.
Should let me know. I would have played into it for you. Okay. But no, yes, I had some mic problems. I'm still having some mic problems, so if I bump this, it might disconnect the mic. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. That concerns me greatly. I might have to get a new XLR and that or new connector device, which pisses me off. But yes, today we are writing a song, which I have not programmed into the preview because, again, I haven't been able to. So let me pull up a new tab.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be a RWBY song, honestly. Whatever the chat wants is, as these things tend to go, but... So here's my deep, dark secret, right? I can't write comedy music.
I mean, I don't blame you on that one. Comedy music.
I can write, I can ironically write a song. Like, I could write, like, a shitty RWBY song.
Let's see, properties.
Remember, every RWBY song is the same 4 chords, so we have it.
There we go. That said, it just reminded me of, because we're talking about anyone could write a better RWBY song than RWBY. Than anyone in the actual reproduction team. I was just thinking about it, and I've been, for a podcast that I've been a part of, I've been watching through the old Power Rangers. And you don't realize it, that music makes that show as awesome as it is. Like, it's
the thing, a good soundtrack with a lot of heart in it can make a big difference. And yes, comedy music is the thing. Josh Evans said that's what Weird Al Yankovic does, and he is a genius.
Yeah, I can recite I can recite everything except the really fast part of Hardware Store verbatim. It's amazing.
I was gonna guess if it was that part.
Yeah, because that one I can't keep track of all those things. My brain just goes into mush mode. But
my favorite thing about Weird Al is apparently when he was a kid, the reason why he plays accordion wasn't his own volition. When he was a kid, he wanted, his parents were like, we want him to learn the next big thing in rock, accordion, and he just started learning it, and it worked out for him, just not in the way he expected.
But I was gonna say, what I learned about the music of Power Rangers. The theme song for Power Rangers, arguably the most earworm theme song on the planet. One of the best theme songs for a show ever written was written in 2.5 hours. Literally, when they were pitching the show, Chaim Saban just turned to Ron Wasserman and was like, "All right, I need a theme song for this show. Here's the premise. Go." And Ron Wasserman's like, I got you. Went off into a room. Came out 2.5 hours later and was like, all right, listen to this. And music history was made.
The Octopath opening theme was written on a 1-day extension. He had 2 other versions and they didn't like either of them, so he was like, fine, give me 1 more day.
It reminds me of so many great bangers are made in just one go. I mean, there's that famous song about Freddie Mercury singing. I can't remember which song it was, where he literally did 1 take. He had 1 take because his voice was shot for the day. And then very similarly, the Beatles had Twist and Shout, where they had just been through the ringer, and that's why I think, is it Paul singing that, or is that John?
I don't know much about the Beatles.
Whichever one was singing it, his entire throat was just shredded. So they had 1 good take of it, and that's all they needed. They did 1 good take, and it sounds incredible. Have you heard of Brandon Yates and or Werewolf Their Wolf? Think you can get them to make your song? I've heard of Brandon Yates. I have no idea who he is.
I mean, if you're asking us to contact some like big name YouTubers to write to record our songs, that's
Um, he's not too much bigger than us actually. He's about 5,000 bigger, but that's actually within like, hey, I can like talk to you range. So I could maybe I'll shoot him a message. I'll have to try to remember that. Actually, I'll reopen that tab. Don't.
So the most important thing about a song is two things: the emotion and the theme of it. It's the thing that RWBY can't get both of at once unless it's having a really good day. Songwriting is a bit of a different beast than regular writing, which I don't think enough people really appreciate. Like, to capture something lyrically is not that easy, especially when you're working with meter and rhymes. So a really good example of people who don't understand how hard songwriting is are people who do like English covers of anime openings. They just straight translate it basically, and the thing is though, they'll like wear it down because it's nicer words that are easier to say. So a really good example is if you open up a translation, like a direct translation of Bad Apple, and then go look at like Christina V's version. It takes out a lot of the, it's easier to sing, yes, but it's not even that nice to hear because it's the meter's a little awkward on it, and the words just, they don't have this like same kind of level of emphatic determination that the original has. Keeping emotion is super important, and people don't really realize that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm not too huge into songwriting. I gave it a shot back during the RWBY Over the Seas days, and they were all pretty miserable. Can't wait for the day. Celtic says, "I'd like to thank the Sketchy Huntsman for the art and and Atticus Ross for the music." Oh right, yeah, I got him. No big deal. Atticus Ross. Who's Atticus Ross? English musician for the Academy. He's the guy that did Social Network and the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Oh,
It's so specific.
Well, he's like just a big name composer for film. He's won like Oscars. Yeah, and who is the guy? Oh, one minute. Now, really, the way I want to work with like, it's not even a composer that I really want to work with. Although I would love to work with Kevin Penkin. Kevin Penkin, Keiichi Okabe, or she did Noir and Madoka Magica. Yuki Kaijura. All three of those would be my like go-to when it comes to composers. But like the person I want to work with most is actually a cinematographer, and that's Roger Deakins, a man who I believe has he been passed over for cinematography? Oh, he got best cinematography in 2 different years. He got it for Blade Runner 2049 and 1917, which that man deserves it. He was nominated for Skyfall, and he should have won for Skyfall. Skyfall was incredibly shot.
Hold on, I want to address some stuff in the comments. Serac says, "I have to disagree. I grew up only on English music. Lyrics meaning nothing to me is default, so I'd rather sing." That's the thing, is you're not listening to like a really good emotional song, then you're probably listening to Garbo, which a lot of songs are Garbo. The thing I'm trying to say isn't that you should force lyrics to not match because it's the more direct translation. Just write better. Like write better, right? Use words that are better than, just the most basic rhymes because it's easy and accessible. Write with emotion. Like,
they've got a power and a force you've never seen before. Dun 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 dun. Dun.
I like Hiroyuki Sawano, but his style might not fit RWBY. Hiroyuki Sawano's style fits one genre, and it is apocalyptic shonen. He's actually really interesting though because he's one of the rare composers that can also songwrite. And he doesn't do the lyrics though. He just does compositions that work with like could work with lyrics. Like it's putting lyrics over a regular composition isn't easy. Kind of like how putting music to a set of poetry isn't easy because it's not built for that. So like if you look at the average poem, like a really good poem, anyone you can think of like an Emily Dickinson poem or something, it's not easy to put it to music. It just isn't. Like, and similarly, you know, I remember growing up listening to people trying to do like vocal covers of video game songs, and they suck. They just do, like, except for very rare occasions, because those aren't songs that were built for meter or for lyrics or for anything like that. And translating across languages is really, really hard, and I understand that. But, you know, I personally grew up listening to a lot of Broadway. My parents both really like it, so, you know, my dad grew up listening to, you know, Broadway on tapes, and the idea of a song that can tell a story is very important to me.
Yeah. I'm the opposite. I hate musicals. I have after being in theater for a while, I've come to abhor musicals. I hate singing in performances. And like there are exceptions, there are always exceptions to every rule, but in general I find a lot of the problem is I find a lot of musicals self-righteous. There are a lot of like very pompous ones. I don't know, like there's a great parody of musicals where it's like, this is the song that goes like this, where you sing softly and are emotional, and it's like
I want song. Like I
yeah.
understand that a lot of musicals fit the same, like the same template, but that doesn't take away the merit of how good the lyrics are. Like when you
a good musical can
Sondheim, Ashman, Schwartz, all these amazing lyricists, they are some of the best wordsmiths in our language.
I mean, for as what is it? Hans Christian Andersen? Is that the guy I'm thinking of? No, who's the guy I'm thinking? Hans, he's a writer, isn't he? I'm trying to think. Who's the guy that wrote Phantom of the Opera?
Are you thinking of Oscar and Hammerstein?
What?
Hold on.
Just pull Tarantino.
Yeah, pull a Tarantino and slap a bunch of licensed music into it. I wish anime would do that more.
I mean, that is kind of what anime does a lot more than you think. Because like,
that's true.
Hey, how many times? Like, literally, the entire openings and closings are just advertisements for the song. So, all right. So,
who did the lyrics for Phantom of the Opera? Hold on. Charles Hart, the lyrics for Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, really? That's not who I thought it was. Who's the guy that made the play, or the show?
Sorry, I closed the tab.
Oh, it's okay. It's all good.
So, I think what's going to be fun, guys, throw out RWBY words at me.
Throw out RWBY words at you?
Guys, throw RWBY words at us, and that's where we're going to start the song from. Give us a character and RWBY words. They know what I'm talking about, don't worry. But yeah, lyricism is really interesting. Like, I know people shit on, like, Disney a lot, but go look at the lyrics in, like, Beauty and the Beast. Like, remove from the fact that you hate Disney and you're a contrarian and you hate everything. Go just look at the lyrics in a vacuum. They are unbelievable. Like, nobody else could do that except for
like
it was
Disney, before they started just remaking and rehashing all their old films. Their classically animated films have some of the best musical lyrics ever. I'm as someone who doesn't like musicals, I genuinely like Disney films and their music. So yeah, they're want to talk about the exceptions to my personal taste? There's one of them.
All right. We have a bunch of RWBY words coming in now. So write down as I say them.
All right.
Soul, isolation, fire, secrets, strength, gun, fate, hope, life, explosion. No, that's not a RWBY word. That's not like what's actually put in there. Death is a popular one. Red is a popular one. Etta.
Bees.
I always like how Chris tries to throw in an Etta in the comments.
Fairy Tale?
Andrew Lloyd Webber is who you're thinking of.
Thank you. Thank you. Ruby, Anguish.
You know, Star mentions I'll Make a Man Out of You. I actually have a lot against that song. Oh, put down the word dust. Anyway, I have a lot against that song because I think that's where Disney began to turn from making meaningful lyrics to making funny lyrics and catchy lyrics. Because it's not a terrible song, but I always thought Mulan had this like thing about it that really put Disney on a bad path. Because if you look at like the timeline, that is where they fall off.
I've never seen Princess and the Frog. How did that hold up?
Princess and the Frog had it was like a solid OST.
It was Baron Samedi. Baron
seen
Samedi was the bad guy, wasn't he, or something like that?
I forgot. The bad guy had an amazing song. But yeah, Mulan was 1998, and
yeah.
Like even when you go and look at like Tangled, that the songs are mostly focused on being like silly. And like this really comes to a head in my opinion in Moana, which is one of my least favorite of the modern Disney films, because they got one of the best lyricists on earth, and the most he could give them was like 2 funny songs that also had very bad lyrics. And the ocean calls me, no one knows how far I'll go, the ocean something inside me, something behind me, no one knows how far. Like, it's very basic. Like,
the thing is, it's
just not the same because they're writing pop songs as opposed to musical songs, and that's where you hit that difference.
Yeah, for the record, I do argue Tangled is better than Frozen.
Tangled is better than Frozen. That's just known. That's a known fact.
But the what was I gonna say with Moana? Like, you don't realize it, but what can I say? But except you're welcome, like the "You're Welcome" song. I tried to, like, someone tried to get me to do a recording of Ozpin, a version of that for Ozpin in RWBY.
I remember that.
And it was a miserable time trying to get that to work.
It's because that song has, like, no beat or rhythm to it. It's just the guy talking.
Yeah, it's a talk song.
Because it's The Rock, and The Rock can't sing.
Talk songs are... Actually, I think he's classically trained.
What?
Yeah, I thought I remember hearing that he actually had formal training in singing.
Then why didn't he use it? Prince of Egypt had some good songs. Prince of Egypt is probably one of the best animated films to ever come out.
Yeah, and it's not Disney.
And I say
great.
Ever.
Yeah.
And that was Stephen Shorts. That had some phenomenal lyrics in it. The Plague song is unbelievable.
I need to watch that again. It's been years since I've watched that.
Tangled didn't have a forced music video in Kingdom Hearts 3. They just put the entirety of Let It Go in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Wait, was it Kingdom Hearts 3 that did it, or was it the actual Frozen that did it, where there was literally one frame where someone forgot to buy the full like it was rendered in a test version of 3DS Max, where it still had the watermark on it. So, like, in one frame, you can see there's a 3DS Max watermark logo. Literally just one frame, because someone just, like, forgot to use the right version.
I still can't believe the Cinder song exists. The Cinder song is hilarious. The Cinder song is the actual 12-year-old writing. Like, I'm never going to say, like, no offense to... full offense to whoever wrote that.
All right, so, what character do we want to start with?
Yeah, give us a character, guys. Because that's where I'm gonna pull any music, like any motifs from.
I mean, Pyrrha never got a good song for herself.
Pyrrha did never get a good song, and I did try my hand at it a couple times, but I tried it when I was like 16 or 17, so that's questionable.
Let's see. So she's up there. We should give one to ooh, racist background guy from Mantle. We should give him a song.
I'm not gonna write a song for a character with 3 seconds. The 3 seconds is great time. I told you I can't do like comedy songs.
No, that's actually the funnier part. It's actually funnier because it's played completely straight, because that's what they think that he is. What about Salem? Does she have a song? She's probably going to get a song. Although I think she might already have one.
I gave... That Pure song was actually good. I just need to remember the chords.
Ren doesn't have a song to himself. There's a start. That's an interesting point to start. What defines
Cinder,
Ren?
Yang, John, Adam, Blake. Blake does not have a solo song. That's true. It's one of those really weird fun facts about the soundtrack.
Well, to be fair,
Blake does not have a song on her own because she revolves around other characters liking her.
Yeah. Blake is one of those weird things, like one of those weird characters as a gravitational pull that is purely reliant on pulling other things in to pull her around. She's like that gameplay mechanic in Super Mario Galaxy where you grab onto the stars and it drags Mario to the star. That's what Blake is. She's just bouncing between stars.
Alright, so it looks like we have a lot for Pyrrha and a lot for Ren. A lot for Adam. If only I cared about Ren, this could be easier for me, but if it's what people want, it's what people want.
I mean, with Ren, like they have a lot going on with Ren when it comes down to like him questioning everything. So I would love to be Ruby or Ren, Blake, Cole. All right, guys. So decide. Actually, is there a way to do a poll in here? Does one do a poll in chat? What is this? Highlight video, add stream marker. No. Oh, a minute, guys. I'm gonna look this up. How to make a poll in YouTube stream.
Much as a Weiss diss song is fun, or Whitley diss song is fun, a rap would legitimately take me 7 hours to write. That's a lot to go with.
Great poll.
Blake is codependence the character.
Okay. Great poll.
Fixing V8 intro song.
Share. Copy link. All right.
There's
link
a
is
fixing V5 intro song if I could ever get it.
All right, here we go. Straw poll. Vote in the straw poll, everyone. Watch the results come in. Let's see. No one will ever bring them down. The power lies on their side. Go, Power Rangers. Really, it's just the Go Power Rangers part of that where I'm just like, that's catchy, but it's also silly as all fuck. Everyone, go to the straw poll. I'm posting it.
What about a poetic or poetry song? We literally just discussed this. Why did you post the straw poll 3 times?
Because people are not going to the straw poll. Oh, there we go. I just did the reset. All right, so far, Pyrrha is winning. Doing a song about dead redhead girl. Yes, we're doing a song about dead redhead girl.
Dead red, dead red redemption.
I don't know, it's close. Once it says we hit 5 minutes, then we'll know for sure that that'll be it. Now, just kind of pre-planning here. If we go for Pura, what kind of song should we go with?
Very tragic.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to think of like style-wise, what are we aiming for? Like, I understand we're going for tragic, but like, are we thinking? You said Paramore earlier, but like, are we going more of a Paramore? Are we going more of an Adele type sound? What are we going for there?
Pura deserves a cool song.
Okay.
That is facts.
And if we go for Ren, we're told to go for Ren. I'm thinking the angle we should take with him is more of a kind of a betrayal type feel, kind of like internal conflict coming out into conflict with friends type deal.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Reggae. Yo, ska? Pura ska?
Oh god, I hate ska.
By the way, how's the guitar coming in, guys?
Something like Wonder Woman's theme, like a fighting song. What? Just make him.
Just you imitating the guitar.
I don't exactly have a guitar at my disposal. I can go get my ocarina.
Moopa. Imagine Pure song being from the perspective of her ghost, and her ghost is pissed at how her life turned out. I want to do post-death Pura, but she's angry.
I mean, that would be good. That might be a good choice.
I like that. This is why I do this. This is why we do this.
All right, we're at 5 minutes in the poll, and it's official. Pura got 11 votes. Ren got 9. We're doing Pura.
Sorry, Ren. We do love you, but
but even the audience shortchanges you. The only thing
I would respect Ren as a character more if his voice acting didn't constantly sound like a guy who started talking 2 weeks ago.
The only thing I know for real, that's not a bad song to inspirate. Only thing I know for
It is something about Ren's voice acting that he's like never putting like full emotion into it, so he's just kind of like, no guys, this isn't fair. Like,
memories broken.
Like, he sounds very unsure of his takes.
Memories broken, the truth goes unspoken. I've even forgotten my name. I don't know the season.
We're not doing Metal Gear.
Oh, come on! It's a good song! Alright. So, okay.
Yeah, Ren had the opposite problem of Pyrrha, where Ren's voice is too, like, stilted and unsure, as opposed to Pyrrha's. None of this makes sense. This isn't how things were supposed to happen. Or Adams. But now, all I want is you, Blake.
I kind of want to blame the directors.
Is that what you've become, my love? A coward?
What did I change it to in Fixing RWBY? It wasn't my love. God, I hated that line read. That was so garbage. Pure battle song like coffee.
Ska, but slow and beautiful.
Don't. I despise ska so much.
Alright, I can come up with chords.
Well, we already know the chords.
Pyrrha gives me very F minor chords. Oh, I don't know.
How do you mostly
I
start? Do
don't
you mostly
know.
start by finding
Ghost.
a sound, or you find like a line that you like to start with?
It would be better. The mistake I always make is trying to start with chords, and it doesn't go well.
So maybe a
I just
line
have
of
my
some
guitar
sort.
here because it has to be here.
What if? So we got to let's find a line to work from, like a character. So let's try and figure out the exact theme. I like the idea of it being like retroactive, but it feels like that'd be a very passive kind of slow
Let's
song.
make it. Let's make it. Hold on. Let's make it about like she feels like nobody respects her post mortem.
I feel like that's I mean, we were getting into a ghost, so it's already a little bit meta. Um,
No such thing as too meta.
Rules of Nature is the only good Metal Gear song. Fight me, William Wimser. I will duke you out right now. Metal Gear Rising is just almost all bangers. Um, we start with a bass line. Or Bailey could have been a good Purta. What we got was kind of meh. Though, I, so much.
I think you could do. Is possibly use a designing principle for a song. I don't know what that is. Start with a bass line isn't a bad idea. Yeah. It's kind of what I was doing there.
What I was gonna say is the.
I think it would be cool to do it like.
Ooh.
She's kind of going on about how like after everything she went through, she's being treated exactly how she didn't want it. She's just kind of this angelic Jesus figure as opposed to like a human.
Oh, that would be good. That would be good. Opinions on Sonic songs. They are
Sonic songs lap.
They are they know exactly what they are, and they play it to its extreme. What's the band that does the opening song for Sonic Adventure 1?
Crush 40.
Crush
I love
40.
Crush 40.
Do you believe in fate? If fate existed, we would have no way to confirm that it existed, and thus, it doesn't matter if I believe in fate or not.
Question: Should the lyrics rhyme or go with the flow? Should the lyrics rhyme with each other or go with the flow? Both is usually preferable, but do whatever sounds better. I think a lot of people get trapped in, oh, the rhymes have to all be perfect and everything.
Let's see. JP Dub is actually professional VAs. Yeah, the thing is, it's also professional voice direction. So, like, that's the big thing that gets me about RWBY is I think a lot of these actors are typically pretty good. You can actually do a lot with them, like Kara and I'm forgetting RWBY's voice actress.
Lindsay Jones.
Lindsay, Kara, Barbara actually has some chops, I think, at this rate. I just think that they are horribly directed where they flanderize the characters. They're told to play certain elements.
Weiss hasn't had a good line read in 6 years.
Yeah. Making a loss. Okay, so here's the question: should we make kind of a harder sounding song where it's like a little harder rock, or should we go for a softer, more dramatic sound? If we're going to be having
like
Pyrrha,
drama.
You like drama, so we're going for more like, would you say like more of along the Weiss paradigm?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, because Weiss has all the good songs. So let's see, Fate.
Can you rhyme with English into Spanish if you want to? I can't because I don't speak Spanish. But if you want to, that would be pretty cool.
You can mix languages. I actually find that really fun.
It's actually a practice in a lot of bilingual countries.
I mean, just like in Japan, how often do they mix in English into the dialect or into the words of their everything? Do you believe in fate as a line in the song, Dumby? No. That doesn't taste right on my tongue. Do you believe in fate? Uh, um, actually, maybe. Do you believe in fate? No. Does fate believe in me? I can't believe all this time this was my destiny.
No,
No.
no, I have to nix that because flow. Flow is the most important thing in any song. You might think that destiny and me rhyme in that case, but because of how you spoke it meter wise, you put the emphasis on the second syllable of destiny.
Fair, fair, but it's a
If you
workshop.
want to start it with "Do you believe in destiny?" you can do that. We just have to be careful, and it actually might open up some more roots because you're using a more loose word that when you kind of have triple syllabic words, you're starting to hit this like looser portion of songwriting. Um,
Well,
and you can start doing these imperfect rhymes that really open up the song. And the great thing about opening up a song to these imperfect rhymes is that it becomes a lot more difficult for the listener to predict what you're going to say. So it's a big problem in a lot of songs that they have these very common couplets, and when that happens, the listener knows what you're going to say, and it becomes very like cringy.
yeah. Well, the thing is, I was going more for just like throwing that out there to get an idea going of what the song is
Yeah,
like, and if the entire
I know,
song
but
is her about being, well, I'm like this is more just conceptual wise. I understand you made really good hits and why that doesn't work itself, but like the idea of her being, she's like, I can't believe it. This was my fate all along to be hailed as this angelic figure. What the hell, guys? Like
so
I like that feeling.
uh,
Do you believe in plot contrivance? Do you think we can make that work?
do you believe in destiny? Uh, B minor. Oh, there's a lot.
Ooh. And now I wither away, falling away, my ashes brushed aside by the autumn wind.
What?
It's someone offered some lyrics. And now I wither away, falling away, my ashes are brushed aside by the autumn wind.
Great poetry. I don't know if it's great lyrics.
Okay.
It's also very like trite.
It's a quote from her, right? It's "Do you believe in destiny, not do you believe in fate?" But you got the stand of it. It's fine.
It was a cool line back in the day, but I don't think there's any better one-liner in the series than I think it gives me personal feelings.
Mupa, that's okay, but like I don't like rhyming me with B. That's very. That's very
Well,
like.
I have something.
You do?
I have something. I just need to find the right word. See, here's the great thing about the word destiny. It's a cliche word, so I usually try to avoid it. But it has a lot of really good like slant rhymes. Um,
So what do you have currently?
I mean, I'm just trying to work on that first song, but I'm gonna put it in chat.
Just make it a Weiss diss track.
So there's another good thing is that when you start a song with a question, that allows you to start using recurring motifs, which is always fun.
Do you believe in destiny? Are you above a legacy? Ooh. Bite the hand that feeds. What's the song? Will you bite the
So you could
hand
do
that feeds?
you can do you believe? Do you believe in destiny? Do you? Are you above a legacy? Do you believe in dreams and fate? Do you believe? Can you trust you'll never be late? What do you believe? There, you got a stanza.
So, do you believe in destiny? Are you above a legacy? What's the next line is?
Do you believe in dreams and fate? Can you never trust? Can you trust you'll never be too late? What do you believe?
Can you trust you won't be late?
Can you trust you'll never be too late?
Never be too late. And the last line is, do you believe in fate?
What do you believe?
What do you believe?
Just that's the thing. A lot of people are they're like, oh, I have to end it on the perfect, like, you don't always, you just don't.
Okay, so we have a good old chunk there. That's a good point to start from.
So we have a chunk, and now that we have a chunk, we have a template. When we have a template, then we can really start.
Question is this the opening lines? Is it a refrain? Is it a?
That's how I would open it.
That's how you would open it. So does that mean this is going to be a reoccurring thing? Are we going to turn like modify this into a refrain? Are we going to just make that the refrain, or are we going to keep that as a I'm losing the word. What's the opposite of a refrain?
Like, a verse.
Thank you, verse.
I usually start on verses and then, because this is a type of song where you can make it very like sinister, and you might not want it to fit kind of a traditional setup.
Dreams and fate, can you trust you'll never be too late?
That's not how I sing it.
I know. I'm trying to do different things in my head, and they're not working. You can tell. I probably shouldn't try to hijack this.
So we have someone who's like throwing like straight poetry in chat. I already explained this. Straight poetry does not work in lyrics, unless you're really good at coming up with like a nice melody for it. And also, now that we have a template, you're gonna have to start recommending things in that template.
Yeah, we have a very clear AABB C. Is that right?
It's like AABBX. It's like an X and a half.
X.5.
X.5.
It coincidentally is the name of my new metal album. We'd add Pure Thirst for John in there. No, there's already a song for that.
There's 2 songs for that.
Yeah, we don't need that garbage.
Rhyme light and life again in my vicinity, Aiden. I don't know what it is. Try it. Just try it again. See what happens.
A Dan Daniels. Your name is Dan Dan. From now on, your name is Dan Dan. Change your name. Change your name right now. You're Dan Dan. You could use both. What do you believe?
I think RWBY has done the light life rhyme before, and it gave me an aneurysm.
See, that's the problem. Like, every single time I try to write a song, I always just hit so many, like, rhyming cliches.
That's what used to happen to me growing up, and then I eventually just kind of moved past it.
Yeah, I haven't hit that. Okay, I've heard AAB and ABA. What does X mean? It just means what AA and BB is. It's literally just the A and A are 2 different lines that rhyme. B and B are 2 different lines that rhyme. X means that if there is another X line anywhere in the song, it will rhyme with that. But if there is no other X, it's literally just an unrhyming line. That's what you do. You're literally just being like, this line and this line rhyme together. They are both A lines. This line and this line rhyme together. They are both B lines. This line and this line rhyme together. They are both C rhymes, and so on and so forth. But what else are girls without their love interests? Shipping sells. Yes, but also
Misogyny.
no. No more songs for these girls that are about their love
Rhyming is
interests.
hard and fun.
Can you trust you'll never be too late? What do you believe? So can you give me the can you give me the rhythm again so I understand what I'm hearing in my head?
Do you believe like melody or
Melody, yeah.
yeah? Do you believe in destiny?
Are you above a lake?
Are you above a legacy? Do you believe in dreams and fate? Can you trust you'll never be too late? What do you believe? I don't know, something like that. I'm not great with melody.
Do you believe in destiny? Are you above a
Autumn
legacy?
was meant to be my dream, but this fall make me want to scream. No.
Do you believe in dreams and fate?
Fate,
Can you trust you'll never be too late? What do you believe?
You see what you're like? I hear like what you get the melody mumbling. If you're gonna be asking a question, it's like a weird thing. If you're asking a question in song, it's not like it works less if you make the note goes down.
Right, because our voices typically go up when they're asking a question, don't we?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
What do you believe? But doesn't that create? Is that just bad in general, or could that be used to manipulate something?
It can be used to make it seem more like a statement, which is interesting. Also, now you're seeing why songwriting isn't easy. Especially when you have a bunch of people who think they're really funny.
Do you believe in magic? Yeah. God, now I've lost it. Do you believe? I toil time and time again. Okay. Toil. Time.
What word did you use?
I toiled time and time again.
Don't use toiled.
Really? Why?
It's an ugly word.
Well, I mean, if this is sort of like a song of fuck destiny, you know,
it's just an ugly word. I can't give you a better explanation than that. It's too olden.
Of all the characters, it feels like it would fit Pyrrha the most.
Upon a pedestal I was placed, above love, above friends, above hate. I thought doing good I could escape. One day I'll leave behind my lonely fate. I don't mean to shut down like everyone's lyrics. It's just not a thing a lot of people do.
Also, that's ABAB. Also, that's
Also, this is a problem RWBY songs used to have. They don't have it as much anymore. That they'll reverse a sentence to make the rhyme work. If you cannot make the rhyme work, you choose a different word. I don't care. I don't care how good you thought it was. You choose a different word. If you have to Yoda your sentences to make them work, because you're too afraid to rhyme anything that isn't night, fate, or bee, you need to use different words.
Here I was meant to. Yeah, no.
Like, placed is a really good rhyme word, and people will just be like, I don't want to use, spaced or they're like, I want to use the easy word. Placed is a good word, though, because it rhymes with disgraced.
Do you believe?
If you want to put it like that, you don't say upon a pedestal I was placed. You'd be like, I'm here on the pedestal I was placed. Like, don't make it sound awkward. Say it like an actual sentence. Like, a champion they thought me to be. Like, that's not a thing people say.
Call me a hero.
That's not how this language works.
Called me a hero the minute I was born. Never, always earning praise, but never scorn. What do you think?
Too blunt.
Yeah, it's a little blunt.
This is where the struggle comes in of writing these character songs, is that like
Guys, I don't know if we're gonna get this produced. We're just writing it for fun right now.
I'm just trying to show you the process of writing a song like this and why it isn't
Easy.
It isn't easy. This is why it takes me a month to write a song that's 200 words long. Because when I was younger, I could do it faster, but as I got older, I realized that I wanted to show the storytelling over just how much I could rhyme.
Well, let's see. We could kind of like start harping on the fact she was basically a child soldier. Because like she won the Mistral tournament 3 years in a row. She's 17. She was participating at 14 years old.
I mean, all of them are. What makes it special to her? What makes it special to her is that she was the invincible one.
Ooh, we should pull up like Achilles notes.
Stop rhyming me! Chat, stop! You're not allowed to. You are banned from using B rhymes.
Let's see.
It is like a rule I have. I don't do it anymore.
Ooh. All right, we could kind of retool this a little bit. What if we call it Trojan? Wait.
That'd be.
See, the thing is, it's a cool name.
The name of a condom brand.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that was it. Like I was like, that'd be a really cool name. Maybe just Trojan Horse. So I have to say, for a condom brand, that's really not what you want to go with, guys. Trojan, really? You know what happened in Troy, right? Ooh, Troy. Call it Troy.
Troy's the city I'm in. Not that you bitches will know which one. There's one in every state.
What do you believe? An endless battlefield from... An endless battle waged from birth. Never give...
No.
No.
Don't use Earth, because there's no... There's
I was
only
gonna say,
shitty rhymes.
Earth!
There's Earth and Mirth, and if you can't get past that, well... That's the tough part, is you have these sentences in your head, right? But then you're like, man, those are shitty words. Like, there are just words that are uglier than other words.
Yeah, let's I'm gonna put at the top here, tentative title Troy. Just because wrong thing. Control Shift E? Yeah, sure. Do you believe? Oh, let's look to our list of words here. Isolation. Can we do anything with isolation? Or is that a little too soon, do you think, to introduce it?
Too soon.
Too soon.
We're still in the portion of the song where she's being cryptic. Sorry this isn't very exciting, guys. Songwriting takes me a very long time.
Destiny, more like Deadstiny. Oh, that's a good line. We should use that. Destiny, more like Deadstiny.
Anime opening vibes.
The Vital Tournament is sponsored by Trojan Condoms. Yes. Actually, that was great. I went to go see a funny thing happen on the way to the forum, a live performance of it, and on the theater we were in had an elevated and a lowered section that you could sit in, and the elevated section on the walls where the stairs were, you had fake ads that were on there, and one of them was Trojan Condoms. I just thought it was hilarious because that takes place in ancient Rome.
If we're calling the song Troy, should we work in more Greek-style references? Yeah, probably. Just not too many. Ooh, marble. That is a rhyme word, but...
A destiny that's set in stone. A
Oh,
marble
Destiny. That's
legacy.
I don't know. We kind of already used the word Destiny, and
Yeah, but we can get work with
um,
that. Mm,
no, don't bring it back that soon. Uh,
yeah. I'm saying like we can edit out Destiny, but I'm saying is it's a start.
it is.
Destiny that's set in stone. And we'll just put little brackets around Destiny so we can come back.
And
To
then marble columns, granite thrones to get that like you're trying to work with imagery, not telling people things.
should be marble columns, granite thrones, or marble columns and granite thrones. A dest
No and
no and okay.
yeah.
A destiny
With how you're saying it,
that's
no and
set
works
in
better.
stone, marble columns, granite. Yeah, you're right.
So the thing is that again, what makes songwriting tough is that if you don't want it to sound awkward and forced, you need to give up the fact that you're not being blatant, you know. And when you're doing regular creative writing, that's what you really want is to communicate things well. But here, you're also letting songwriting to kind of work for you too. So
Marvel larval. I mean, thank you.
like again, kind of the like basic level version is somebody will want to be like, I have been trapped by my fate and filled with anger and hate, which is it's not technically incorrect, but it's very blunt. But if you want to do a nicer sounding song, you're going to want to do more imagery. Is like the big word. Um, I recently rewrote a song I wrote 2 years ago, and that was the biggest thing is that it was too blunt. It was too on the nose, and instead I made it more conversational. There's different styles of songwriting than just writing basic A B. Here's what the narrator thinks. A lot of popular songs are conversational. It sounds like somebody talking to you, or it's and if you want to get to like kind of more fancy songs, you're talking more imagery than, and I'm going to use that word a lot. It's filling your mind with thoughts of something, but without telling you exactly what it is, which is what good writing is. We talk when we get submissions from people like Star, Mupa, William, who are on kind of that higher level of writing. That's the thing that separates them from kind of like very new novice writing, which is that um,
William, how does she have more in common with Agamemnon? It doesn't seem like. I mean,
hold on, I want to. Sorry, I wasn't done with my little thing here. So,
oh, sorry.
Again, the thing that makes like good writing different from bad writing is the usage of better words than just I did this, I did that. And Mupa's slowly getting it. Mupa now has while my Olympic flame burned, my heart waited patiently for its turn, which I don't know if I'd put that in, but that is better than her first couple little ideas, because that's something that has imagery in your brain. You're like, oh, that makes me think of something. That makes me think of something slowly dying, which is kind of what you're trying to get at. I don't know if Olympic flame is there, because Olympic flame imagery is like strength, power, and eternal, competition. But like,
Okay, here's an interesting thing that was brought up is that Yannis is asking Pumpkin Pete's line, like if we should have a line about like cereal, about being like a cereal. And the question is like, how do you cross like how comfortable are you crossing thematic lines of like we're going for like a very hard Troy setting like for this, but like
that's the thing is you don't do it unless you're again in like some very specific Broadway musical. You don't usually do it.
I feel like it can be done, but I don't think it should be done.
It can be done, but not like this.
Not like
It's a problem
this.
a lot of RWBY songs have where they're trying really hard to make a reference to something specific. When I want to write a character theme, I'm never going to make direct references to the source material. Because that also makes it so that if I'm not watching the source material, why should I give a shit? Like,
Yeah. So a destiny that's set in stone. A legacy that's
Instead
set in
of
stone.
destiny,
Yeah,
you could use like some equivalent, just something else about a path forward, or
destiny synonym. Synonyms are your friends, everybody.
they are just like with regular writing. Does she see herself as a hero in this song? I wouldn't think so. She sees herself as more of a victim.
Morai. Moirai. What the fuck is Morai? A lot, circumstance. Break, certainty, conclusion. A conclusion.
And I think from here, now that we've established it, the next verse. Redlock kind of has an idea here of putting marble columns, granite thrones. Which originally I wanted that first, which is what he's doing as well. And then build on shattered dreams and broken bones. It's a little heavy-handed, but it's again on the right track. The rhyme scheme for this kind of second part of the verse, I'm going to keep AAC. For maybe rhyming it with that last. Although rhyming with believe isn't usually that fun. Because.
So what are we looking at? Marble columns, granite thrones, shattered dreams, and broken bones, or
built marble columns, granite thrones, and what he's doing here is right because you're actually.
But I get what you're trying to, what it's going for.
Yeah.
Marble columns, granite
songwriting
thrones.
class. This is songwriting class speedrun.
It's all written in the tomes. And like for that specific line, it goes all like dramatic, and it's read by Peter Weller.
You could do something like, let's see, marble columns, granite thrones. Gears are turning here, people. Give me a second. You could rhyme it with unknown. You could say like a chamber hall for the unknown.
A chamber what for the unknown?
As in like, no one really knows what's in store for her, but like they just expect greatness.
All right, so a chamber. I didn't hear the middle word. The chamber what for unknown?
A chamber hall for the unknown.
Oh, okay. Chamber hall.
The chamber hall for the unknown.
Marble columns, granite thrones, a chamber hall for the unknown.
You can also do something like repeat what do you believe.
Well, is this verse literally going to be 2 lines? We're going to AAC there, or AAX, or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What do you be? Oh, I did not mean to cut that. I meant to actually just.
Are we going for a somber tone with the song? I don't know, Victor. You tell me. Based on everything we've discussed, you tell me.
Well, he might have just come in.
Yeah. I know, but it's fun to mess with chat sometimes.
Babies burp and flowers bloom. What kind of lyric is that? Burp is a very ugly word. We're talking about ugly words.
Some words are just uglier than others. My least favorite word to see in songs is "theral," because A, it's ugly. Secondly,
what about visceral?
It's very strange, syllabically, like syllable-wise. It kind of fits into the space of a single syllable, but it's 2. Should you take some inspiration from Pura's leitmotif? Probably. If you want to invoke the themes of autumn and leaves and
a warrior I sought to be light that I could see that all could see and be calmed, yet all I saw in the eyes was envy and broken pride. A distance came.
Where is my document of like every song I've written since I was 15 years old? Because there was a song like that in there.
Should you take some inspiration from Pura's leitmotif?
That's what I'm just discussing.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm catching up because I'm focusing. I feel like we shouldn't repeat "What do you believe" too often, too soon. It's a line.
You don't do it that you're not going to do it too often. It's not going to be the end of every verse. It's literally just those two is what I have in mind. Then the next verse would use a different one, or perhaps not even use it at all if we want to keep it kind of on edge.
I'm recording. Is martyr on the list of theme words? Martyr is a good word.
Martyr is not on a list of theme words because that is 8 times too complex for a word for RWBY to use. But I love that word. I don't think it's a great song word, but I love it like thematically.
What do you?
The recording shows. Breathe and grieve do rhyme with believe. I wouldn't use bereave because it kind of just sounds like you're saying believe twice, but like a little off the second time. Grieve works. It's just again, you don't want to force it in.
Recording struggles. I don't know where to go with this. I feel like that verse is shorter than it should
where
be.
you would go with this? The thing is, like, we do have a place to go with this, which is that we have this part that's about her kind of setting up, her problems, right? So the next part of the song would be kind of her addressing post-death. I wouldn't even put her, like, saying that she is dead. You don't want to just say straight out that she's dead. You want to imply it.
Phantom limbs are all I have. What do you think about that?
I don't like it. Again, you don't want to mention she's dead. That's not an implication. That's extremely blatant. It also makes it sound like she's a quadruple amputee, which I also know isn't what we're going for.
It was an idea. Will there be mention to her hair? Possibly. I don't know. Probably not, but we don't know. Something I was thinking something related to ferrokinesis, like the unbending metal.
Like, we can go with that.
A metal blade unbent, now burned and broken in the cement. No. I should probably share this with you so you can actually write on this. I just realized that we should.
Please do.
Yeah, save that. Okay. I just realized that I was so busy getting things done. No, I don't mean that. Open iTunes. Fuck.
There's a Pura song. It's bad, by the way, because I wrote it when I was like 16 or 17 years old. And I wrote it in like an hour. But there's still some good like lines in here.
I just clicked word now. God damn it. I'm just all over the place right now. I might as well open this shit. Wonder Woman.
Wait, no, there's actually a good verse in here, and if there was some way to
cannibalize it for this,
if we could cannibalize it, maybe there's no blame, no single spark that started the flame. There's no pride and there's no shame. Blood was spilled in no one's name. Red as the autumn's leaves.
Copy and paste it into here. We'll work with it.
Some of these like easy rhyme words really make a difference sometimes. Like, I don't like to use them too much.
Ray writes a song as Mollie watches. Yep. That's how that goes. I'm just an excellent songwriter, and Mollie just she needs to pick up the pace, right? Also,
The 16-year-old me is saving me here. That's the good thing about having written for such a long time, is that it's not that your old stuff is good, it's that you can make your old stuff better.
Also, according to Google, you are an anonymous chinchilla.
Nice. Chinchillas are very cute and very fuzzy.
So, okay, I want to do the next line as something metal related. Kind of keeping like a materials theme going on. That she's like this.
I got jury duty.
What?
I got my dad said I got jury duty.
You did?
Yeah. I'm 21.
No, but I'm just like, isn't there an exception for being in school?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to write about it.
Yeah. I remember my friends, we were driving. It was back in college. Me and my friends, we were all driving together from the college to another friend's house to play D&D for the night, or Pathfinder tabletop, whatever you want to call it. And my friend got called by his parents, and we just hear him in the back. He's in the very back of the. He's like, "Yeah, really? Tell them I'm Amish." And we just all just turned back like, "What?" So like we just had this one-sided conversation where he's trying to weasel out of jury duty. Okay. So that right there might actually be our...
You know what? That's our chorus. Fuck it.
Yeah, I was going to say that might be our refrain or our chorus or whatever you want to call it.
Sorry, I know I'm cheating by using songs that I wrote 5 years ago, but we're doing this.
Yeah. But then metal theme, metal stuff. How do we want to go about it?
We're gonna use that the second time around. You know what? Because we have marble, now let's think of iron and rust.
No, bronze. Because I think bronze statue.
What a shit material sometimes, you know? Compared to, like, iron. Why would you build a bronze statue? I guess it makes sense.
What? No, the Statue of Liberty is bronze.
I thought it was copper.
Is it copper? Is that wrong?
I thought that's why it's green, because it oxidized.
I think bronze also oxidizes.
Oh, hi Sarah. Girlfriend in chat, everybody. Send frogs.
Copper, gold. No, you're right. Copper. I'm wrong. Why was I thinking bronze statues?
In the biz, we call that recycling. Oh, iron chains is so cliche, but I want to use that. Oh, so badly.
Statues. I think it's just because, like, I think they do make bronze statues in Greece. Greek bronze statues.
Misspelled granite.
Oh, I'm sorry. I only have a degree in English. We all know that's worthless. Bronze metals, iron weights.
I can't use fate again, so let's be a little
I'm very
fancy.
good at spinning plates.
I used to know how to do that.
Yeah, it's especially when you have it like made for it. It's not the hardest thing in the world, but holding a lot of them is difficult. An Odyssey of Endless Sail. My heart. Hear my tragedy, a well-known tale. My story written for you. No input given. The final curtain call was decided by a script unseen. Smile and nope. Lost the tread. What? Bronze makes copper. Okay.
Really? I did not know that about bronze. Thank you. I'm definitely a civil engineer, and I should know things. We just use steel and rebar and concrete, so who cares?
Is that right? Wait. Bronze is a copper-based alloy that typically consists of approximately 88% copper and 12% tin. It's the other way around. Mm-hmm. Copper makes bronze. I was going to say, copper is a pretty soft metal, isn't it? And bronze is a relatively harder metal compared to it.
I mean, before they use iron, they use bronze, so...
Say the Bronze Age. Imagine they had Copper Age before that. Doesn't really corrode. Okay. I'm looking at my favorite songs, and they all use far fewer rhymes, one pair every 3 verses. What are you, a rock person? Yep, pretty much all statues in Greece were actually made of bronze, but a ton of those statues got melted down and reused for other stuff. So that's why we only have a few Roman copies in marble. Okay.
So here's the thing. So I'm going to use how long will it last, but I want to use it in a positive and negative connotation. So you have the positive here, which is like these happy things of being, admired by a crowd. How long will it last? Is like a happy thing. You don't want it to end, but then I want to have it juxtaposed with something that it does want to end.
Like glitter like gold for a false. Actually, what would be kind of great is if like you contrast it with something that could also be good, but is also could be bad. So like the idea you get across is like, which one of these is the bad one? Which one of these is the good one? If that makes any sense.
Aiden, if you don't start like slashing out those stanzas, like I just can't read this.
Molly will reach
I
through the
cannot read
screen.
it. Put a period in there for God's sake.
Molly will reach through the screen and throttle you. She has done it to me before. It hurts.
I will reach through the screen and grab you by the collar.
Marble columns, granite throne, a chamber hall for the unknown. What do you believe?
I would put a space between those 2 lines and what do you believe, because you want it to sink in and then really throw in that question.
So more like formatting wise this.
Yeah. How No, I don't like that.
Scroll down a bit so they can see your work.
Ghost Molly.
Oh, my arms are always clad in bronze, but my medals were always gold.
Make it sound nicer and we could use it.
Bronze armor, iron weights? Oh. That works. Maybe there's no blame. No
So we're gonna need something before that too if you want to keep the verses.
Where they kind of match up in their own, like, poetry rhymes type deal.
Well, we have 2 stanzas for the first verse.
True. I kind of like, for some reason my mind kind of sections off the very opening of a song as its own thing. I typically don't think of it as
yeah,
a verse.
intros are definitely things. I've used them a couple times, but in this case, I don't know.
Because I feel like you want to have like,
maybe we could just keep these as ultra short verses if you'd like.
Possibly you could fill a lot of it with like just instrumental, trying to evoke a theme using instruments. Well, if that's the case, then what comes before this should be something like this. So we need like another five-line stanza. If that makes any sense.
We can reverse it and do the 5-line after this one.
Okay. flip it.
Yeah.
So we'll just...
How's chat doing? Are we missing? Are we missing? You're writing that pause. It's less a pause and more like a couple beats, but yeah.
Feet of clay.
That if you need to write it down, that would also be here.
Yeah.
Yes, that is how it would.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, what if like the idea is that like it gets smaller and smaller, so you have 5 lines, then 3 lines, then 1 line, then the refrain, then 1 line, then 3 lines, then 5 lines.
We could do that. We could have it 2 lines.
I don't know what that third line would be though, or that third stanza. I'm a ghost. Just
I'm a ghost. You pronounce it tome?
stone sinking the tome.
I mean, I say that word tomb.
Let's see. Greek ghosts that we can reference. Category. It's a... Nope. Greek tragedies with ghosts. Is there a Greek Shakespeare tragedy? Troilus and Cressida, the birds, the... It's a play. Is it a comedy? What is it? Tragic gloom. Readers, theater goers are frequently found it difficult to understand how they are meant to respond to the characters. Label it one of Shakespeare's problem plays.
Summers become hollow, autumn always follows.
Okay. But then we gotta have autumn again in the refrain.
Yeah, I want to like establish it though.
That's fine. I'm just pointing that out, so we're not off guard by it. Oedipus Rex. We're not bringing up Oedipus.
Warrior's fate was all I wrought, yet a game of bronze and gold. Warrior's fate was all I sought, yet a game of bronze and gold was all I wrought.
Spectators smile.
This is very wordy. It's one of the reasons that poetry and lyrics tend to have a lot of trouble overlapping, is because lyrics usually don't go above like 10 syllables a line. And they rarely go over like 8. And like, spectators smile and cheer as I play their games to distract us both. That is 18 syllables.
Maybe there's no blame, no single spark that started the flame. There's no pride, there's no shame. Blood was spilled in no one's name. Red as autumn leaves. Bronze armor, iron weights. I don't know. So then, following our pattern, we need a 2-line verse here, or a 2-line stanza.
Are you unsure about that pre-chorus?
What that? Oh, that's a pre-chorus.
What, like that last line?
Um,
Because I'm not like thrilled about it.
yeah, summers became hollow. The fall always follows.
Oh, that's an awesome a double entendre too.
Oh yeah, that is great. Oops. Tripped into that one.
But hey, if it works, guys,
Well,
we totally intended that.
yeah.
We are geniuses.
So, what is it? It stands for her death, the actual fall, and Cinderfall. We got all 4, or all 3. There, yeah. Maybe there's no blame, no single spark that started a flame. There's no pride, there's no shame. Blood was spilled in no one's name, red as the autumn's leaves.
I have like this weird thing when I was younger. My choruses would be like immaculate and the verses would be garbo.
I mean,
The only exception is the When It Falls rewrite.
winter came. No, but winter came. Cold and no. Bronze
Don't
armor.
put Winter Came in one of these songs.
Well, I'm just trying to be like, if we're going also with sort of a because I like this line: summer becomes hollow, autumn becomes, and yet I say yet there was no spring to greet me. The idea that like
I don't know, because again, we're doing like I want the 2 lines, and secondly, I think that shouldn't. Again, you don't have to answer all the questions that the listener might have.
well, if you wanted to imply that she died, like we don't want to tell it, but like the idea that like there is no spring.
The fall always follows.
I suppose.
Insane Oddball is having some fun.
Winter came and so do I. Or rather, winter came and so did Molly. Oh, great.
Yet there was, like, the thing is, yet there was no spring to greet me. That is one of those like traps I used to fall into. It's too on the nose.
Winter came. No lyrics, just a high-pitched guitar holding a single note.
Yeah.
Metal Gold Gilded Cage? Gilded Cage, that's kind
I
of
like JJ's. I like JJ's. A warrior with no war to fight, invincible under entertainment's light. We could throw that in straight. Like,
okay.
it's a good lyric.
I got it. I copied and paste. Oop.
See, isn't this a fun and totally not stressful process?
A warrior with no war to fight. I feel like there's a beat there that's an issue. Warrior with no war to fight, invincible under entertainment's light.
Under something else's light, like under stadium lights. I don't know.
Audience? Something about audience.
Yeah. No, because you'd have to say the audience, and you fall into the same trap.
Well, I'm trying to find like.
Again, this like if you put in something like
Fight
stadium
ice.
lights, then it's already implied while giving you more imagery. My throne was covered with cobwebs, yet with a golden plaque they wouldn't let my fame ebb. No, I'm sorry. Cobwebs is not a single. So there's in French, arena. Yeah, okay, that's the word I'm looking for. Under arena lights.
I feel like then we're still missing a beat. The arena lights? A warrior with no war to fight, invincible under arena light. Oh, yo, no, that works.
Yeah. Um, this is like taken from French. So in French they have, I don't know if in French, but they call this in English masculine rhymes and feminine rhymes. Um, Masculine rhymes are these words that the emphasis of the words is on the last syllable, and that's the reason why B is so common. It's a very simple masculine rhyme. I don't know. I guess I think the reason why they call it masculine and feminine has to do something with French grammar, but um,
Yeah,
so
because
that's also why like. So I'm trying to think of like another word. There are multisyllabic words like today is two syllables, but that emphasis is on day, so you can rhyme it with way or may or something like that. And then there's feminine rhymes, and feminine rhymes are kind of are tougher. Those are words where the syllable emphasis is not on the last syllable. So tomorrow is a good example, or treasure and measure, stronger and longer. Um, and those are if you mix them up, it sounds garbo because so I mentioned this in the last music stream. It's my turn uses don't be foolish, give up your wish, and the thing is, foolish would be a feminine rhyme, but the thing is, it's being treated like it's a masculine rhyme, and that's why it tries to rhyme it with wish, but it doesn't work because you're mixing that syllable emphasis, and the syllable emphasis falls on your, so you rhyme fool and your, which doesn't work. So Moopa tried to rhyme ebb and cobweb. Do you see the issue? Like, you don't say cobweb, you say cobweb. It's on the first syllable. And it's a trap that a lot of people fall into. What's really important is reading these things out loud and then saying, like, is that how I'd say that word?
Russia has that too in their language. Yeah, I was thinking to say French and German. A lot of the languages in Europe have gendered language. It's kind of bizarre in places.
Yeah.
Don't know why you can't just call it.
But it's must be something about how syllables are said in French. But I'm learning so much in this stream. This has been my passion for 5 to 6 years. So.
Bronze armor.
So yeah, much like regular writing, you have to say these things out loud to yourself. Sometimes you can get around it if it's sung correctly, but it's only on certain words. Like destiny is a good example because you kind of say both. You kind of emphasize both the first and last syllable. So, reality is another word. If you sing that right, you can make it work.
Okay. So I think we're going back to the first verse. Do you believe in victory? I think it'd be a good start for it. What do you think?
Yes, Chad, I know that most languages are gendered. I'm saying it has something to do with the syllables specifically. The other language I speak is gendered. Well, I don't speak it too well anymore, but...
Do you believe in victory? Trying to think of what else we could do with victory and not legacy instead. What do you think?
Where are we?
I copied and pasted the thing from above, so we have the format just right there. And I'm thinking instead of "Do you believe in destiny?" it's "Do you believe in victory?"
That's a good line because it goes again with obviously the imagery here is competition and fighting. So.
A fleeting permanency. I like the idea of it being like a contradictory, like we believe it would go on forever, but it obviously didn't. But like permanency is such a very awkward line to put in. Is there a synonym to that?
You see, Imupa, you keep kind of falling into this. Victory and my knees is like unless you say victor, like unless you're singing victory like victory.
fleeting
Yes,
stability.
we're still live. We've been at this an hour and a half.
A fleeting durability, a fleeting stability. I like fleeting. Fleeting, it's a good word.
Fleeting is a nice word. It's a pretty word. We talk a lot about ugly words. There's a lot of pretty words. There's a lot of pretty words that don't get used enough.
The fleeting.
It's so funny what I realized that I pull from songs. Like I wrote a song recently that rhymes illusion with human, and I did that in a song like 6 years ago, and I just never really used it.
How fleeting is
I was like,
stability?
that's such a cool rhyme.
Do you believe in victory? How fleeting is stability? How fleeting stability? But that, you kind of need the is.
I don't know if stability and victory do that well because victory has that very hard CT combo, whereas stability, the B isn't as strong.
True. Let me see if I can find a better word. Endurance, firmness, immobility, immovability, permanence, perseverance, resoluteness, solidity. Solidity. Then it doesn't work with fleeting.
Aiden, we've already established this is a rhyming song. Why do you keep sending in non-rhyming things?
Security.
Writing lyrics is hard. Writing lyrics is hard.
How fleeting is security?
We're on something now. Victory and security I don't like, though.
You don't like?
No.
The security synonyms.
The problem is the syllable writing is Tory, and when you do security, you're doing Tory with Ritty. You're like
sanctuary.
Security is the word security. The emphasis is on the second syllable. But we're looking for something where the emphasis is second to last. That's third to last.
Rhyme.
So if you go on rhymezone.com and you search up a word, you could click the advanced option, which actually gives you things in meter. And you'll notice for victory, everything is long, short, short, long, short, short, long, short, short.
So find rhymes. Where we no perfect rhymes were found. Try and advance search. Phrases, near rhymes, names, rare words.
Victory and glory. Guys, we're seeing the same problem here. We are looking for long, short, short, syllable-wise. You're doing long, short.
Hickory, tickery.
And here again, here's a common thing as I writing. We have a line we really like, but we can't find rhymes for it, and it's okay. We just
calorimetry? What the
fuck actual best rhyme is history, but it's kind of trite.
Oh, that's a new word for me today. Calorimetry, I guess, because it's calories. Calorimetry, the measure of heat. Of how things heat.
Again, when you're writing these rhymes, say them out loud to yourself. Do you say these words like this? You don't. You don't say victory. Like, you'd rhyme it with glory.
How fleeting is glory?
I use the word glory too much in my songs because it rhymes well with story, and that would make it 3 songs in a row. I have to change one anyway.
Permetry? What the fuck is permetry? Home. What? Can I just get a straight definition of this, please? Measure of a person's field of vision. All right, that's an interesting word. Do you believe in victory? And this is one of those things where, like, you gotta you gotta kind of let go of the things. Kill your babies. This is what it means to kill your babies.
Yeah.
Because I really like the opening line. Do you believe in victory? But obviously, it's not working.
Aiden, your lyrics aren't terrible. Like technically, victory was my prize. All it is blind my eyes. The illusion of standing tall only set me up to fall. But that reads like power metal lyrics.
They've got abilities and powers that you've only seen before. Sorry.
Again, guys, say these rhymes out loud. Do you say allegory like you say victory? No.
Well, hey, there might be one person out there. One. Do you believe in... Well, we gotta look for rhymes for destiny. That's the big thing, so it has to kind of rhyme with the earlier ones, right?
We don't have to. If it's too... let's see. Again, destiny's a good rhyme word, so we'll come up with something.
Do you believe in bestiality?
No.
We're looking for 3 syllables, roughly. Do you believe in clarity? Do you believe in leprosy? Do you believe in pregnancy?
In an Aussie accent, it rhymes, kinda.
Do you believe in remedy?
It's like all those poets from like Boston that are like, yeah, it sort of rhymes.
Let's see.
Baston. Shoutouts to Sarah again, Massachusetts.
Baston. Tenacity. Tenantry.
I saw a post where it's like, just moved back to Massachusetts from California. I met a child named John. I can't tell you how happy I was.
Do you believe in therapy? Not in RWBY, apparently. Do you believe... my brain's kind of sticking on do you believe in remedy? Like, do you believe that things can be healed? But that's kind of a weird use for remedy.
It's not terrible.
And can we get rhymes for remedy? Not definitions, find rhymes.
Rhymes.
And the first result is Kennedy. Wow. That's really helpful. Memory, melody, hegemony, parody.
If our love's insanity, why are you my remedy? If our love...
Actually, wait. Remedy and parody. Do you believe in remedy? This could be some.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I feel like you could kind of get a direct like call out of fate. Like this must be some kind of parody, but it doesn't. The beat doesn't rhyme up. Doesn't measure up. Do you believe?
Maybe switch up the structure of "Do you believe?" I like it, but again, this might be a kill your babies moment. But I do think we can make it work. Moopa says, bruh, I literally be trying for 5 minutes at a time to think of verses. 5 minutes, those are rookie numbers.
Days! Woman, days! Think for days! What is this? A little music note? What is that? Yeah, I like Rhyme Zone. It has like little music notes. Like I can show people what I'm looking at here. Rhyme Zone, very helpful. Like right now I have remedy in here, and like it gives you little notes.
Yeah, it is very helpful. I know victory history is an option. I know it's an option, but I'm not doing it unless I'm desperate.
Do you believe in remedy?
Victory and destiny don't even rhyme either.
Twisted parody. And then the next two lines continue this. It's not like we end off at that line like we did before. It's continuing the thought. Like, do you believe in remedy? A sick and twisted parody.
Now in stone, I'm memorialized. My fame is all they know of my life. No. I've said it 6 times. Stop just blatantly telling me things in song lyric form.
Let's see. So the word we're going to rhyme next is fate.
We don't have to do the exact mirroring of the adaptation.
It's how I was taught!
You were taught wrong. Parody and remedy don't rhyme either. The only thing that is the same about them is D, which means that nothing else is rhyming in there.
Well, I mean, then Rhyme Zone's wrong. I mean, I was saying it out loud.
It's giving it to you as a very weird slant rhyme. Remedy and Destiny don't rhyme either. Like they're very, very close. Like they're not very close in terms of slant rhymes.
Well, then I don't know what.
You just gotta kill your baby sometimes.
Yeah. Bach. Let me check on the chat. How are you doing, chat? I'm suffering.
I'm sorry, Mupa. This is just like such a pet peeve of mine.
At Celtic, the lyric sheet.
I try singing it to myself.
The lyric sheet isn't showing what I'm writing. Oh.
Well, memorialized in life isn't like super like weird to say out loud. It's just, again, you're like switching around sentence structure to make it work. Now in stone, I'm memorialized. Like, I am memorialized in stone is how you'd usually say that.
Volume 8 returns
Maybe
tomorrow.
I'm just
Yay.
extremely picky.
Why are you celebrating, Ethan?
I celebrate the return of RWBY because it means I could direct my anger towards something constructive.
Ooh. Does hecklers rhyme with victors?
Pictures rhymes with victors. I feel like I'm being so mean to chat.
Mollie is bullying chat. More at 11.
I'm sorry, chat. Hecklers would rhyme better with beggars, yes. If you're doing a slant rhyme, the very important thing is looking at these vowels. Like Mupa's kind of, got it there where, you have the 2 short E's.
Okay. Do you believe in victors? Smiling into pictures.
Scriptures works.
Do you believe in victors? Were they defined by scripture? No.
Well, we already have the couplet there.
Okay. So I'm just like going over my head. Smiling at the pictures. Do you believe in dreams and fate? Do you believe in what's at stake? Or do you know what's at stake? Do you even know what is at stake? That opinion was a bad take. But
If people submit, if you know what, that's like 2 weeks from now after the villains. I want to see you people's songs.
ooh, that would be good. Then we get like the full Mollie and Overdrive there. That'd be hilarious.
Mollie and Overdrive.
You have the red laser eyes. Floof, if you can hear me from wherever you went off to, Mollie with laser eyes.
Now, I know what you people are thinking. Are you a completely unfun person to be around when music is on topic? And the answer is yes. But not too unfun. Did I tell you guys about like the dude who I like? This is like the first conversation I ever had with him. He was like, "Jazz isn't about sounding good. It's about showing off how impressive you are." And then he showed us like his music tattoo on his back, you know, to prove how good he was at music or something.
When you pushed it, did it like play a little song?
Yes. No, I'm kidding.
I could see someone getting that like implanted, like one of those like those pillows where you squeeze them and they play like the Irish Blessing or whatever. Like you could, because I actually have one right over there where you just squeeze a pillow and it plays it. Like you just get like a tattoo and like someone has like an implanted little like speaker. You just press you press somewhere on the tattoo and it starts playing.
Are there any good synonyms for victory? There's good synonyms for most words if you venture to look.
For example, door hinge and orange. Good rhymes.
Since we got another couple stanzas versatile, do we slack down the chorus again? Yeah. Then we'll probably start wrapping it up after that.
Yeah. Do you know what's at stake? What does steak rhyme with?
Lots of things. Cheesecake.
Cheesesteak. Ache. Bake. Blake. Break.
Orange and cringe.
Just the last line, like, do you know what's at stake? Fuck you, Blake.
So here's my prediction for RWBY Volume 8. Penny wakes up, and then it cuts to Watts, and Watts says, "I made her evil," and then Penny looks at Blake, says a slur, cut back to Watts. Ironwood goes, "You made a robot that says slurs?" And then Watts goes, "What type of evil robot doesn't say slurs?"
So, let's see. Do you know what's at stake? We have a couple good words here. We have slake. Slake is a good one. I like slake.
Slake?
Yes, to like slake your thirst.
I've never heard that word.
To make less active or intense. To cause heat and crumble by treatment with water. To satisfy thirst. So it's like satiating your hunger. Slake your thirst.
I'm kind of breaking my own rules here, but at night, what keeps you awake?
I can work. I kind of wanted to stay away from awake. It felt like that was a little simple. But I guess, yeah,
sometimes simple works. Again, sometimes it's not about the words themselves, it's just how you use them. I've used some weird-ass words before.
And of course, we just copy.
There was another Pyrrha song I tried writing. What was the chorus for that? That was also like a good chorus.
So we have an entire page of this.
No one's the savior, no one's the braver, always a stranger to manipulate with. Statues and paintings cracking and tainting, who's left remaining after the myth.
So we have everything here.
That's another song from when I was.
Should we do a bridge and then a final verse, or where do we want to? How do we want to go with this?
We would probably do a bridge, but I'm getting tired.
Yeah, this was actually pretty intense. We can probably come back to this at some point, refine it. So, yep, I'll leave that in my saves, and we'll wrap up the stream here. I think we'll kind of wind down. You have all been a lovely and interactive audience tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
I have loved seeing all you guys try your hands at writing couplets and little verses. I feel so bad for shutting them all down, but I really do appreciate seeing people try it out, and it's.
And we did use one. We did use one. And you guys actually gave us a lot of good ideas to start with.
Yeah. It's something I've just broken so much down to a science. Writing like a really solid narrative song is such a different beast than writing like a pop song or, even like.
Yeah.
You when you really start looking into like some of the best songwriters in American history, Don McLean, Bob Dylan, James Taylor. The reason their songs are great isn't because, these lyrics are simple and like. There's always so much more to them that made them work. Like a lot of Bob Dylan songs seem really simple, but there's kind of this way that they are that makes them approachable and friendly, and that's because Dylan knows how to write lyrics that sound like that. He's not just doing that, because that's how it turned out. All really great songs are usually written with intention.
Before everyone starts filtering out, just a few things. Remember that all these streams are going to be going up on the second channel. Link in the description down below. Celtic Phoenix streams, I believe I called it. I'm trying to remember the actual name. But the
Celtic Streamix.
Yeah, I was so tempted to go with Celtic Streamix, but I don't think that would have sold well very easily. It would be harder to spell at the very least. Second, don't forget Bad Fanfiction reading tonight with me and Twilight Guardian in the Tundra. And to get access to the Tundra, you need to donate $1 or more to to my Patreon. And for that, you get access to the Tundra, the Team Frostbite Discord. So if everyone wants to join me there's some really good ones. Last one we read, we literally ascended. We ascended space and time. 30 H's is a transcendent work of fiction.
Oh.
Have you actually read 30 H's? Like, not just like the memes of it, but actually read through it.
I think years ago. But I want to point out something Lupa said. Children's books are actually super hard to write and could go through tons of drafts because every single word has to be perfect. I remember being in high school and there were a few kids that are like, I want to write a children's book, and they like suck, and you just can't explain why they suck, but they do. Like, and it's because they're not really writing with intention. They just think it's easy, so they want to do it.
Yeah, if you want to write easy, just write a bad romance novel. There's a reason those come out so quickly.
If you want to write easy, just write some like Fujo fanfic for Boku no Hero Academia or something.
Yep, easiest stuff on the planet.
There's a great Tumblr post, and it reminds me of how those are written. It's like, all right, somebody RP with me. I want 6 Cokes and some fries. And then someone responds, how about a Pepsi instead? And they go, that's fine, I guess, I say, with my amber orbs looking towards the floor, weighed down by gravity.
Like I'll tell you this. Role-playing is fine. Keep it private, people. We don't need to know that crap. All right?
I just love that post because then the guy responds with, okay, hands you 6 Cokes and a Pepsi.
And on that note, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll catch you all on the flip side.